Just going to have the juice coming through, and here you go. You can start to see it flow down right into the container. I don't always eat grass, but when I do, it's wheatgrass. So today I'm going to show you what goes into our thought process and our process in general when it comes to planting this wheatgrass. And that includes the medium that we use, the way we plant it, and the type of container we put it in. And I'm going to talk you through the growing process just a little bit, and then I'm going to harvest and juice some so you can see what it looks like, what an ounce of it looks like, and you can enjoy some vicariously through me. Wheatgrass is kind of an acquired taste, in my opinion. I've had it many times before. The first few times I had it, all I could think was if you've just mowed the lawn and that smell hits your nose, and that's what I'm really tasting. And so for some of you it might be a little bit strong, especially at first. I mean, it's something to get used to because what we're talking about here is a highly concentrated, nutrient-dense superfood. I'm going to call this a superfood because, yeah, I know there have been tons of claims about this preventing cancer, removing body odor. I mean, so many claims out there, and I'm not going to make any of those because I'm not a scientist. I don't do that kind of research. But what I can tell you is this is loaded with nutrients, absolutely loaded with nutrients. When we did our video on huitlacoche, corn smut, or corn fungus, you probably know it as, one of the things I talked about was this amino acid lysine. And it's actually the number one amino acid in wheatgrass. It has the highest density of lysine, which is really healthy for you, especially if you're a vegetarian. You might not have that as much in your system, and so it's really a useful amino acid. And that's one of 10 or 15 different ones that we've read about in wheatgrass. But we've also seen, because there have been tons of books written about wheatgrass, that it's loaded with vitamins. Vitamins like vitamin A, C, K, vitamins that your body needs in order to be healthy. And it also has all those trace minerals in it, your calcium, your zinc, etc., that your body needs. And the best part about this is a serving size for this wheatgrass is 1 ounce. It's not that much. So even if you don't love the taste at first of all, I think you'll acquire a taste for it because it is really good. But even if you don't love the taste at first, it's like a tiny little shot, a 1 ounce shot of this, and you're getting, wait for it, the equivalent nutrient density here is of 2.5 pounds of garden greens. And so this is a great way to start your day. In fact, the recommendation for eating wheatgrass is that you should have maybe 20 to 30 minutes after you wake up, you have a serving, an ounce of this wheatgrass. So today I'm going to show you what goes into our thought process and our process in general when it comes to planting this wheatgrass. And that includes the medium that we use, the way we plant it, and the type of container we put it in. And I'm going to talk you through the growing process just a little bit, and then I'm going to harvest and juice some so you can see what it looks like, what an ounce of it looks like, and you can enjoy some vicariously through me. All right, let's take a look at our growing containers first. When we pick our growing container, there's a lot that goes through our minds in terms of making sure, as always, we get the most benefit for the space. We're growing inside now, and we have a pretty decent sized space inside, but it's still not a lot. And so we have to make sure that what we're planting is best for our family. So we could choose any number of options here. So this size tray, this full size tray, would yield about 12 ounces of wheatgrass juice. I said earlier that a serving size of wheatgrass is 1 ounce. So technically, if you consume 1 ounce a day, 1 serving a day, you could get 12 days out of this tray for one person. But a lot of people want to drink twice a day, so they want to drink an ounce in the morning and another ounce later in the day. So the question is, though, does it really make sense to plant an entire tray at the same time? Is that the best thing for your family or for you? Are you going to drink it all in time? This is like microgreens. So there's a point when this wheatgrass is about 5 to 8 inches tall. It's in great shape. You want to harvest it then And so if you're sitting here with a massive tray of this wheatgrass and you need to harvest it, or it takes 2 weeks for you to harvest it, you're going to lose some of that nutritional benefit. Now you could go through, harvest everything at one time, and you can keep that wheatgrass in a bag in the fridge for maybe a week. But just like any other vegetable, you don't want to wait after you eat it. If you're not going to can it or preserve it in some way, it's not as good for you. It's not as healthy for you if you wait and wait and wait before you eat it. So maybe growing in this size of a tray is not a bad thing. Maybe it works perfectly for you and your family and you can eat it fast enough. Or maybe the other option is smaller containers. And really, it's hard to speculate the exact amount that you would get out of one of these containers, because in part it's based on your germination rate and how long you allow it to grow before you harvest it. But I would say that even these smaller containers can provide the amount of juice that we need, that ounce of juice. So basically we have some serving size containers here. And one of the reasons why these are beneficial is because then you don't have to worry about or think about, well, how much should I harvest? You can just go through and harvest one of these and you've got your personal serving. And another thing that's really nice about this is if I'm going to take 12 days, if I know I'm going to take 12 days to drink everything here, then I'm not going to plant it all at once. And it'd be much easier for me to vary my planting. I could plant one day. I could basically do 12 days of successive planting. By the time I'm done planting, I will already have wheatgrass over here. And it's just going to be this cycle where I can continually replenish as I go through. And then I never have to worry about my wheatgrass getting old or losing quality, because again, I've planted it and staggered it. Just like if I'm outside planting my crops, my succession planting out there on a bigger scale, now I've got the same thing happening here, and I never have to run out of fresh, perfectly healthy wheatgrass. And one of the other cool things about planting this way is if you want to try different growing mediums, and again, I'm going to show you what we grow ours in, but if you want to try different growing mediums and see which work best, well, this is super easy. You're not planting all in the same medium if you don't want to. You can pick and choose for each one of these. This is the size we're going to be planting in today, but the process is the same whether you're planting in something this size or if you're planting in something that's full size. That doesn't change. So let's take a look at what we grow our wheatgrass in. This wheatgrass has been sitting in water, soaking in the water for 3 days. And I've changed the water every single day, and we're ready now to empty out the water. We're going to gently spread out these seeds until we're ready to plant them here shortly. You can see the difference in the seed size from the ones that have not been soaked in water and the ones that have been rehydrated, I guess you could say. All right, let's get to planting. Hey, don't forget, if you're finding this video valuable, give us a like and let us know. Here we have the primary element of our planting medium, and that is coconut cure or cocoa cure. Coconut fibers that usually come in this really condensed bale. You add moisture to it, you add water to it, and it expands out. It's really cool to see. It's a really nice medium. In fact, you can add cocoa cure to a lot of your potting mixes in a really beneficial way to get that organic matter level up. So we have our cocoa cure, and on top of that you add some perlite and vermiculite, and you can see it in here in this one that we've already put some of the medium in. You can see the perlite little pieces, the white pieces here of the perlite and the vermiculite, and it helps maintain that good drainage. We don't add fertilizers to our microgreens because we don't want that smell with something we're going to eat so young. But here is the one thing we do add, and this is odorless. This is called azomite. If you've never seen azomite before, it's a micro powder. It's a crushed powder that provides over 70 trace minerals. And so this is one thing that we want to add to our medium. When all of that is mixed together, when all of those ingredients, those 4 ingredients, which isn't that much, we have our medium. And we're going to take our medium and we're just going to place it about 1 inch deep into our little container. And so again, if you're doing this on a bigger scale, the principle of an inch deep doesn't change. The one thing we want to do to ensure that inch deep though is to go around and provide a little pressure so we have a nice even growing surface. And this is just like the microgreens. So if you want to, you could take some flat surface and push down. I find it works just fine if you're careful with your fingers. Now I let the wheatgrass soak a little longer than you need to. And most of the time they recommend at least letting it soak overnight. And then you drain it and you let it sit for about 7 or 8 hours for it to sprout. And that's what the sprouting looks like now. You can see the little white piece coming out of here, coming out of the seed. That's the little sprout coming up. So you're not going to see that necessarily in each of them. Now you're not necessarily going to see that in all of them. But if you look closely, you can see that coming out of a good number of them. So we've let it sit for about 8 hours. And now we're just going to add this to our mix. And it's really simple. We're going to give it one nice thick layer. So that layer is going to spread the whole way across. It's going to cover the whole surface, just like this. And you're going to just press gently on it. Make sure it's in contact with the medium beneath. There we go. And last but not least, we need to cover this. And the reason we're covering this is wheatgrass, like some other microgreens, needs a certain number of dark hours where there's no light getting to them. What we'll do after about 3 days, we'll come down here and we will see probably about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch growth underneath here. This is a damp paper towel. Now, truthfully, you use whatever you have on hand. Use this little piece of cardboard if you wanted to. But the nice thing about a damp paper towel is you can come in, and if we're a little bit lacking in terms of moisture, we can spray the paper towel and add that moisture. So I'm just going to press it down like this so it's in contact, and that is a simple planting. And you know what's really cool? In about 8 or 9 days, this is going to turn into this. It's a pretty simple planting process, I think you'll agree. And now the harvest is just as simple. So I'm going to cut this off, I'm going to show you that process, and then I'm going to show you how we juice it, and then I'm going to drink it. So stay tuned. Right, harvesting this grass is super simple. We just come in here about a 1/2 inch above the soil, and we grab some, and we make a cut. And I will tell you something else that I didn't mention earlier, but it is possible for sure to get a second growing. You could just leave this in the pot, in the container, and let it continue to grow. The problem is, if you do that, the nutrient density of that second growing isn't going to be nearly as high. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this juiced as quickly as possible. Now the juicer we're using we've had for quite a few years. This is a healthy juicer, hand cranked juicer. And you do not want a juicer, you don't want to use a juicer that's going to rotate very quickly. This is a slow process for best results. Now this particular juicer is really simple to set up. It attaches to the side of whatever counter space you have. There's a drain here, a place where you can catch the juice. It also strains out any fibers that may escape through. And then this through the top is where the wheatgrass grows. All right, we've got our handle added. And I've already started to put the wheatgrass in, but again, it just goes right in the top here, and you can watch it start to turn in. All right, again, this is just a nice, gentle back and forth process. We're grinding up. We're not going to have any of that pulp. We're just going to have the juice coming through. And here you go. You can start to see it flow down right into the container. It's exactly what we want. Nice back and forth, and if you could smell it right now, you'd know exactly what I'm talking about as far as that newly mown lawn smell. Because that's exactly what it smells like. Look at that. Look at that juice flowing in there. You don't really need any other kind of juicers. Handheld one works just perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest. And when we're all done, I'll show you exactly how much that little container, that 4x4 container makes. So with this hand juicer, all we're left with in the end is this organic matter. This is the grass fibers, and these grass fibers can go directly into compost, directly into our worm bin, wherever we'd like to put them. They're really nice and dry, and this has taken out all the juice. So let's see how much we ended up with down below. This is a 1 ounce container, so we got just about exactly 1 ounce that I get to drink. 7 to 10 days after planting, and we have this amazing juice. This product is so worth your time. I said at the beginning, it can be an acquired taste. I'm not kidding. It can definitely be an acquired taste, but it is so beneficial. For me, it provides an energy boost. That's why a lot of people take it in the morning, first thing, get you going for the day. So I'm going to take that energy boost with me right now. We hope you enjoyed this video and found some value here, especially when it comes to planting this. And we encourage you to try growing some of your own wheatgrass, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like, leave us a comment, remember to share and subscribe, and most importantly, remember, when you're with us, you are good to grow.